COVID. I thought we were done with you. COVID is like the crazy ex-girlfriend that we can't seem to get away from. And no matter how hard we try to move on, she always ends up back in our life one way or another. What's going on, you dirty, filthy investors? Today was a weird and wild ride. The indices opened green and continued to stay green until around the midpoint of the trading day, where we started to fall. The SPY bounced off 415.80 and stayed rocky the rest of the trading period, ultimately closing at 417. In the news, we have the Fed's FOMC meeting starting tomorrow with the expectation of a 25 basis point increase, which is a 0.25% rate hike for those of you unfamiliar with the weird lingo politicians use. This is expected to be announced on Wednesday, and the markets, for the most part, have already priced this in. What isn't so priced in is a potential for a 0.5% or a 50 basis point increase. If JPOW does come out and suggest the Fed starts to hike interest rates up by half a percentage point, then the market could very well sell off even more than it has these last few weeks. We will have to wait and see what all is said tomorrow during the first day of the 2-day meeting, and I will be sure to report that in tomorrow's night video. In other news, China locked down Shenzhen, a city of 17 million people, because of COVID-19 outbreaks. Shenzhen is home to major global tech giants such as Huawei and Tencent. They reported 1,400 new cases yesterday and 3,600 new cases today. Because of this, their markets were down a considerable amount, about 2.3%. This could bleed into our economy as well, as fears new COVID cases surge and could implicate travelers infecting other citizens while out on business trips or visiting relatives in other countries. To go along with fears of surging COVID cases in China, we have oil prices slipping some more from their highs earlier last week. Crude oil is currently sitting at $98.50 a barrel, and Brent oil staggering around the $100 to $102 mark. These relaxations in oil prices come from rumors that Ukraine and Russia are undergoing yet another round of peace talks. Yet we have not heard of any details from these previous talks. Communication lines are left open from both parties. China is decreasing its demand for oil with its most recent lockdowns of its cities, as well as potential sanctions from the US on China. Now, these sanctions are not from out of left field, as Russia has asked China to help supply their invasion of Ukraine. US would potentially sanction China out of fears that China is helping Russia circumvent the sanctions pretty much the rest of the world has already imposed on Moscow. And Saudi Arabia now has been asked to increase their supply of oil for European nations who relied on a decent bit on Russian supplies. If demand is lessening and peace talks are underway, we could see oil bleed slowly until prices are reasonable once again. Plays for the week: I would not be surprised to see shorting or opening of put contracts on the SPY and or the QQQ, or even call options on the inverse ETFs, right? So I'm talking about SQQQ or UVXY or the like. Now, some questions to leave you with. What do you think Jerome Powell and company will say tomorrow during the FOMC meeting? How many rate hikes are we going to see this year? 3, 4? Let me know in the comments below. Along with rate hike talks, how much by the end of the year is the Federal Reserve going to raise rates by? 1%? 1.5%? And how much longer is the invasion of Ukraine going to last? Let me know if you all have any suggestions for me in my videos, as I am still very trying to figure everything out and learn along with you. I strive to provide unbiased opinions and factual information on a day-to-day basis. And if you have enjoyed today's breakdown of the global news that has implication on our markets, please let me know by hitting the like button next to that bright red subscribe button. Thanks for watching.